We had a muffler blowout. Deb was riding the mower. Things were going just fine. All of a sudden there was a loud pop, and then boom, it was just loud, and then yeah, the muffler died. So I'm gonna put a new one on. I've already removed the fairing, the hood. I got to take off some parts here and put in a new one, but you can see that it blew with some authority. So you can see that's the muffler there, and it exploded right in the center. Came apart, which explains why coming out of here right now is huge amount of heat. So much so that it's melting the plastic on the hood. That's not good. So we got to get that fixed. This is what the new muffler looks like. The old one having exploded right here. Okay. But you see the two exhaust manifolds on each side come out and go down. That was harder to do than I thought. And then plug into here, and then this whole thing mounts by 3 bolts, and then there's where the actual exhaust comes out. And you can see here are the 2 manifolds, exhaust manifolds, and then here's the 3 holes where it bolts into the frame to hold it in place. And then the exhaust should be coming out right down here, but since it's currently blown out, it's not doing that so much. All right, now I watched some YouTube videos to figure this out, and as I figure it, I got to take out these 2 bolts here, 2 more on this side, and that should allow this piece to come off. And then I've got 1, 2 small screws there, and then I should be able to manipulate this piece off and out of the way. It actually comes up inside and hooks over there in the back. So I just got to figure out how to sort of get that loose. And once I do, it'll expose that whole thing. And then it should be a matter of 1, 2, 3 bolts, pull that off, and then replace it and reverse the process. Although that all looks really, really rusted. So just fingers crossed that those bolts don't strip and that this doesn't turn into something much larger than I'm hoping it'll be. So, all right, let me see what I can do. Okay, I got all these things off, and it's a miracle, but these 3 bolts are turning. I can't actually get that off that one right now, but it'll come off. And so I'll remove those, and I should be able to just drop the whole thing down. But boy, look at that muffler, just boom, exploded. So I should be able to just unscrew that. This will all drop down, and then I can slide it out without having to mess around with that one too much more. All right, those came out, and it released the one that was really hanging on to the ratchet. These aren't gorgeous, but I think I can just put them back in because I don't have replacements for those. And I should be able to just lower this down off here now. Let's see how that works. All right, there it is. Came off. Didn't take a lot of persuasion, took a little. This was obviously smashed, that blew out, and there's what the inside looks like. So, yep, that's a dead muffler. Manifolds, everything looks okay up in there. So we'll go back and do some reassembly now, and then clean up a little bit of this, I think, just because I'm here. All right, got it pushed up in place. I'm just holding it with my hammer. But something I just noticed, those are not threaded. The holes it's going into in the muffler are not threaded. So I just assume that means that these are going to cut it themselves. I could see that. So we're going to go with that. All right, got those in. I actually went and got my impact driver for these 2. That one I couldn't do it, so I had to do that the hard way. I don't have a tap set for making the threads, so it's in. One of the things I did is I had to take off this cover. It just slides back into those slots there. I don't think I can do it while I'm looking through the camera. Okay, so that goes in like that. And then I'll just reattach all of this, and should be good to go. All right, looks like that all back on there correctly. I took pictures so I know, how these were supposed to overlap. And it also helps that this little tooth gap right here goes around this piece, so it's tough to screw that up, but still having pictures of it's a very helpful way to make sure you put things back the way they came off. All right, now the hood is going to go on. It slides in, hooks here, and then we're done. We'll see if it's still screaming like a banshee. All right, that did the trick. It's, I mean, it still screams, you know, it's a mower. But it's way better than it was, which was scary loud. So it's good to go back into service. Whole project took about 45 minutes, but it would only taken 30 except for those holes in the muffler to go back in are not threaded. So that took me a little while to sort of work out how to deal with the one at the top of the triangle there, because I couldn't get the right equipment up in there. So that's the weakest link. The muffler itself was $64 and change on off of John Deere, and I just used the local dealership, which of course goes into the main parts thing. I ordered it on Friday. They were closed Saturday, Sunday. It was there on Monday. So tax and everything was $68. And then I had all the tools I used, all the equipment I used, and I reused the hardware, which somebody will probably take me to task on that, but sorry, man. So yeah, there you have it. 68 bucks, purring like a kitten now. Good project. Glad to have it done.